law school admissions process can be competitive and unpredictable from one year to the next. It's important to do what you can to ensure you'll have plenty of options at the end of an admissions cycle to choose where you want to attend school. So in deciding where to apply to school, I encourage you to think about the type of schools you're applying to. In order to do this, categorize law schools into 3 buckets: dream, target, and safety schools. First are dream schools. These are schools that you really dream of going to, and if you received an offer, you'd happily take it and end your admission search there. You might also consider applying early decision to one of these schools. I also refer to these schools as reach schools because admission for many might be a bit out of reach. For this group of students, your GPA or LSAT may fall below the 50th or 25th percentile as compared to last year's incoming class. So admission is not guaranteed or even probable, but that doesn't mean you won't get in. Now, I want you to know that law schools do look at applications holistically, but looking at the 25th, 50th, and 75th percentiles for GPA and LSAT from the previous year are good guideposts for you to use to gauge how competitive your application may be. When deciding where to apply to law school, what I want you to avoid doing is only applying to dream schools. Again, that doesn't mean you won't get into these programs, but I want you to have options and a safety net in case it's a really competitive year and you don't get accepted to your first choice schools. Also, understand that the criteria you use to define a dream school in the beginning of the cycle may change. You may learn about new programs you didn't know existed, or receive scholarship offers elsewhere that make another program much more attractive than you initially thought. Life circumstances might also change that mean that you're no longer able to move across the country to attend school, and instead need to stay more local. So again, the point of this categorization is to ensure you're applying to different types of schools and giving yourself options on where to attend. The second category of schools are target schools. These are schools you feel fairly certain you'll get into based on GPA and LSAT. You're likely right around the 50th percentile for both of those metrics, and your candidacy matches the candidate profile of students admitted in past years. If you're curious where to find this information, you should visit the law school admissions website or check out ABA 509 reports for the school. The third category of schools are safety schools. These are schools where your GPA and LSAT rank above the 50th or even 75th percentile for both, and that you feel fairly confident you'll be admitted to, possibly even with scholarship. These schools might not be your first choice in school, but it's important to have at least 1 or 2 safety schools that you can apply to so that you know even in a very unpredictable or competitive year, you'll likely be admitted there and not need to delay your dream of going to law school in order to apply again the following cycle. Of course, this advice is one size fits most, but isn't necessarily the right thing for everyone. If you have just one school in mind that you want to apply to, then my advice to you is to take advantage of things like rolling admissions or an early decision program if they have one. Also, stay flexible with your timeline for attending school. You may need to reapply for admission the following year, so make short and long-term plans in the event you're admitted to go this fall or in case you need to wait another year and apply again.